Indoor growers always hit the same wall-limited root space. Even the best 2 to 3 gallon fabric pots can only hold so much soil, and eventually the plant runs into nutrient lockouts, stunted growth, or flat-lined yields, but there's a workaround that's been gaining traction among small-space gardeners, an insanely effective combo of rice water and worm-casting superfood that boosts microbial life so aggressively that plants behave like they're growing in twice the soil volume. If you're stuck with small pots, cramped apartments, or winter grow setups, this rice water and worm casting method is one of the most reliable, low-odor, fully indoor-friendly tricks to push plants into explosive growth. Small pots fail for one reason: the soil ecosystem collapses too fast. Roots deplete nutrients, beneficial microbes drop off, and the soil compacts, starving roots of oxygen. Microbial diversity is the secret sauce that keeps soil alive, constantly breaking down organic matter, releasing nutrients, and preventing salt buildup. Rice water and worm castings rescue the root zone in two different but complementary ways. First, rice water is a mild carb source. It encourages beneficial microbial bloom, feeds root-friendly bacteria instead of harmful pathogens, when used correctly of course, and improves nutrient uptake without directly fertilizing the plant. Worm casting superfood, on the other hand, is the full package. It adds microorganisms, humic acids, micronutrients, and natural growth hormones. Plus, it stabilizes soil pH and increases nutrient exchange capacity, so roots can pull more from less soil. Together, this creates a hypercharged microecosystem. In small pots, that microecosystem compensates for missing soil volume, meaning your plants grow bigger, faster, and, honestly, noticeably healthier. Rice water is basically microbial fuel. Rinsing rice leaves behind starches and trace minerals. These sugars act like a controlled-release energy source for the microbes living in the soil. So, you're not feeding the plant, you're feeding the biological engine that actually feeds the plant. When used weekly and properly diluted, rice water, can really work wonders for your plants. We're talking about improved root mass, faster nutrient cycling, stronger cell formation, and, honestly, better drought tolerance. It's a simple habit that brings a whole bunch of benefits. So, worm casting superfood is all about microbial and nutrient reconstruction. High-quality worm castings, they're packed with beneficial bacteria and fungi, humic and fulvic acids, plus important minerals like calcium, iron, magnesium, and manganese. You also get slow-release NPK and, not to forget, natural plant growth regulators such as cytokinins, auxins, and gibberellins. It's a real powerhouse for your soil. This basically upgrades your potting soil on a microbial level. Even if you're working with just a 2 or 3 gallon pot, worm casting superfood acts like a soil reset button, restoring structure, nutrition, and moisture balance. It's honestly one of the easiest ways to give your indoor garden a fresh start. Step by step, here's how to use the rice water and worm casting superfood system indoors. First, let's make your rice water base. Go ahead and use plain white rice. It's honestly the best because it provides the cleanest, most microbe-friendly starch. The method is pretty simple. Rinse about half a cup of rice in 2 cups of water. Shake it up until the water turns nice and milky. Next, strain out the rice, and then dilute that milky water 1 to 3 with clean water. Just remember, if the mix is too strong, you could end up with an anaerobic stink and root issues, which nobody wants. Use the rice water weekly. It should smell clean and lightly starchy but never sour. Now, let's move on to step 2, making the worm casting superfood mix. Honestly, this is the game-changing part. You'll need 1 to 2 cups of high-quality worm castings, 1 tablespoon of molasses if you want to boost the microbes, and 1 quart of water. Alright, here's what you do. First, put the worm castings in a mesh bag, or honestly, you can just add them loose right into the water. Give it a good stir or shake, really vigorously, for about 30 to 60 seconds. Then, let it sit for, 5 to 10 minutes. Remember, you're not brewing a long tea here. This isn't aerobic compost tea. Finally, pour it all through a fine strainer into a jug. This makes a no-smell, instant microbe solution that's totally safe to use indoors. You'll want to use it every 10 to 14 days. For step 3, you'll want to combine them for a microbial double feed, and do it safely. Never mix rice water and worm tea together in the same bottle for storage, because the microbes will bloom and go anaerobic. Instead, it's best to alternate between them. So, here's the weekly rhythm you want to follow. Week 1, use rice water. Week 2, it's worm casting superfood. Then, week 3, go back to rice water. Week 4, worm casting superfood again. And, just keep repeating this cycle. Plants respond dramatically to this rhythm. Seriously, you'll notice the difference. Step 4 is top dressing for maximum impact. A small fabric pot dries quickly and, honestly, it leaches nutrients faster than plastic pots. So, here's what you do. Add a 1/4 cup of fresh worm castings right to the surface. Mix it lightly into the top ½ inch of soil. Then, water with either rice water or the worm superfood solution. That's it. So, this creates a living nutrient layer that, reactivates every single time you water. Alright, here's what to expect with some realistic timelines. In week 1, you'll probably notice the leaves perk up, the soil texture gets better, and there's a minor boost in growth. During weeks 2 and 3, you'll see noticeably faster leaf production, new nodes stacking closer together, which means more compact and productive plants, and, the roots become wider and thicker. So, during weeks 4 to 6, you'll notice what we like to call the explosive phase. Plants start producing bigger leaves, their branches develop much faster, and you'll see a really deep, vibrant color. And if you're growing fruiting plants like peppers, tomatoes, or even dwarf citrus, you'll spot much stronger flower sets popping up. In controlled indoor tests, growers actually report some pretty impressive results. We're talking about 30 to 50% more growth, even in small pots. Plus, plants bounce back faster from both underwatering and overwatering. And on top of that, you get significantly stronger stems and branching. Now, here's why this trick is just awesome for indoor growers. There's zero smell, zero bugs, and you don't have to mess with compost piles at all. It doesn't attract gnats, and honestly, it works great in 1 to 5 gallon pots. What's really great is that you don't need any specialized equipment for this trick, and honestly, it can be done year-round, which makes it super convenient for indoor growers. So, it's basically a microbial hack that, expands your soil volume without needing any extra space. Here's the final takeaway. Rice water wakes up your microbes, and worm casting superfood really fuels them. When you use both together, they turn a cramped little pot into a thriving ecosystem. Your plants start acting like they're growing in a raised bed, not just a small indoor container. For indoor growers dealing with winter, tight spaces, or limited pot sizes, this is honestly one of the simplest, safest, and most powerful growth systems you can use. There's no smell, no pests, no complicated brewing, just pure biological horsepower.